Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing another Ronin-S video. This time it's going to be about the follow focus. And I'm talking about the built-in follow focus, not an external one that you can buy separately. It's going to be a very basic test. I'm going to be putting the Ronin-S on a tripod, put a few items out on my desk and just rack focus between the two of them. I'm going to be using this pencil to make a mark on the focus wheel, set the focus for one object, move to the other one, set another mark, and then just rack focus between the two of them to see how accurate the focus is and how smooth it is. Everything's gonna be shot on the Panasonic GH5 with 6 different lenses. 1 Panasonic lens, 2 Sigmas, and 3 Canon lenses. I was curious to see if changing your lens will affect the performance of the follow focus at all. If a native Panasonic lens performs any differently from a Sigma or a Canon lens that needs the Metabone Speed Booster adapter to attach to the camera. Something to keep in mind, I do have the current firmware updated on all 3 of the Ronin-S, the Metabone Speed Booster, and the GH5. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say for right now, and here's the footage. So first up, we have the Panasonic 12-35 f2.8 lens. I'm gonna be wide open at a 2.8, and I'm just gonna be racking focus between the globe and the little Yoda on my desk. So I'm gonna take the pencil, make a mark here, line it up with the light on the follow focus. Rack focus to Yoda. Make another mark. And I'm just gonna rack focus from Yoda back to the globe and see, one, how accurate it is and how smooth the focus is. So here we go. Okay, it looks like the globe's in focus. Let's go back to Yoda. Yoda's in focus. Okay, so as you can see, it's not exact still where I made my mark. It's a little soft now, the focus. It's about there is where it's in focus now. Let's see if Yoda is still, yeah, and now Yoda's out of focus a lot. That's where the mark was before. Oh, but now he's in focus. Okay, so I'm back on the Yoda mark. Not in focus. Globe is in focus. Yoda is in focus. There again. Not there. Back to the globe. Globe is in focus. Yoda. Globe. So this doesn't seem to be very consistent. Seems to be, it's kind of smooth, so let me just eyeball it rather than following the marks now. So see, that's a pretty smooth focus rack right there. That one seemed to jump a little. That one's pretty smooth. Let's try to do a fast one. Okay. The fast one seems to be a little jerky. Not as smooth anymore. It does it in like increments rather than one solid fluid motion. Okay, so let's move to the next lens and see how that does. Next up, we have the fan favorite Sigma 18-35 f1.8 lens. I will be wide open at a 1.8, but I'm on the Metabone Speed Booster now, so it's a 1.1. So again, I'm focused on the globe. I'm gonna make a mark. Rack focus to Yoda. Mark Yoda. Okay, now let's go back and see how it does. Okay, that's completely off. Let's go back to Yoda. Now the globe's in focus. Back to Yoda. Okay, so neither of them maintain their marks. And this lens is very clicky. If I go faster, you can see it. There's no smooth focus pulling at all. It's even worse than the Panasonic. The Panasonic was a little clicky like this when you went fast, but this one's even worse. So let's see if I can just eyeball it to get a smooth focus rack. Okay, let's go to Yoda. So I mean, if you go slow, you can't tell. But I mean, this will really limit you in what you can do with this follow focus. Okay, so that's the Sigma 18-35 f1.8. Let's go to the next lens. Next up, we have another Sigma lens, the 35mm f1.4. I'm wide open at a 1.4, and just gonna run the same test. And yep, you can see I have to be there to be in focus. The mark's up there. That's where I made it, and nothing's in focus. Back to Yoda's mark. Now the globe's in focus. The globe's mark, nothing's in focus. Back to Yoda. Now the globe's in focus. So see, it's again very inconsistent. Let me go fast to see what it looks like. You can see again, same thing. Can't get a smooth focus pull going fast. Let's try to eyeball it. Just pull focus off the monitor, see if it's smooth. So yeah, pretty much the same thing as the 18-35. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, next in line is the Canon 16-35 f2.8 lens. Let's see if Canon fares any better in these tests than Sigma and the Panasonic lens. So I'm wide open at a 2.8, and through the Metabone speed booster, it makes it a 1.8 aperture. So just gonna do the same thing. Got my mark for the globe and Yoda's mark. Okay, back to the globe. And it's not hitting it. Let's go back to Yoda. Nope, Yoda's in focus there. The mark was up there. The globe's mark, now it's in focus. It's a very random. Yoda, now Yoda's in focus again. The globe is in focus, so just lose the marks and see. Nothing, and nothing's in focus. Okay, so it's not accurate for this lens either. Let's go fast to see how jumpy it is. Pretty much the same as the Sigma and the Panasonic. Now let's try to eyeball it, see how smooth I can go. Yep, same thing. I can hear it clicking. It's going in small little increments, not a smooth focus. Let's go to the next lens. Next up, we have the 24-105 f4.0 lens, wide open at a 4.0, and through the Metabone speed booster, it makes it a 2.5. So I'm focused on the globe again. Got my mark. Yoda. Oh, little Yoda. And my mark. Okay, go from Yoda back to the globe. That one actually hit it. Back to Yoda. And it's on it. Globe, it's good. Back to Yoda. Okay, so far between, I mean, those other ones, as you can see, the space is a lot smaller for it to travel for this lens. But yeah, it's actually hitting both of the marks where I have it marked. So let me try to lose the focus just by going like this. Let's see if it'll maintain those marks. Okay, so that's Yoda. Back to the globe. Wow, look at that. It kept both of the marks. Yoda. The globe. Okay, so this one's definitely the most accurate so far. Let's see how smooth it is going fast. Same thing, you can't do fast focus pulls over a large distance. It's just too clicky, not smooth enough. Yeah, see, now I lost them because this thing can just infinitely spin, so you're not going to be able to maintain those marks if you go over it. And now for the last lens, we have the Canon 50mm f1.2. So a very shallow depth of field. I'm wide open at a 1.2. Okay, got Yoda's. Now let's go back to the globe. Okay. Now, so yeah, the globe is around there. Back to Yoda. Yoda's not on his mark anymore now. Yoda's there. It's right there. It was up here. There's the globe. Yoda, globe. Yeah, so let's go fast and see what it looks like. Well, this one I have to go multiple turns to go from macro to infinity. Yeah, I have to do like 3 turns. And again, you can see it's very jerky. Okay, so that's the last lens. All right, so I have to say I am a little bit disappointed with how the follow focus performed. As you saw, it's not very accurate and it's not very smooth. It was easily losing focus between the 2 marks that I made, even when it was just little tiny adjustments. So there's that, and if you want to do any quick focus racks, it's pretty noticeable. You can see it, like it's just in different steps. It's not a smooth change in the focus. So I can see where that would limit you creatively. You'll be able to get certain shots with it. I don't think, don't expect too much of being able to like measure anything from the distance from the lens to a subject and just hitting those focus marks exact. So it's going to limit you a little bit there, but it does free you up a little bit from having to use autofocus all the time. If you do want to get a little bit specific with what you have in focus, it will work to a certain extent, but just keep in mind that it's not the best. It is what it is. So that's all I have for today. Just a quick video to show what the Ronin-S follow focus can do paired with the GH5 with and without the Metabone Speed Booster adapter. Keep in mind, guys, I never make these videos to bash a product or say that I love it. I'm simply putting the footage out there so you can decide for yourselves and see in these tests what it looks like. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.